Alright guys, welcome back. We made it back to base. So I should be able to 7. Is that a good place for the core? It's probably fine. Alright, this now should be mine. Put down the core, claim the thing, tells me what it is, how much it weighs, and I have access to all this stuff. It also tells me what I'm missing. Station console, explosive blocks. Interesting. Cargo pallet. We do have a cargo pallet, which is nice. Gives us a little bit more storage. But it says we need to build some stuff. So let's go here and let's unlock the stuff in the tech tree. Let's go base. We need a fuel tank. Check. We need a small generator. Check. I don't think there's going to be much solar here, so that's probably just about useless. It's kind of cold, I think. Small constructor, check. Cargo box, check. Ammo box, I'm gonna unlock it. I don't have to, because yes, unlock the ammo controller is a lot better than the ammo box. Unlock the container controller, because that's a lot better than the cargo box. Unlock the extension, so I can increase my capacity quite a bit. You can, one cargo container can equal up to 320,000 storage, which is pretty decent. I don't think there's much. So I mean, there's some. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I think there's too much snow and ice. So there is some sun. We might generate some solar, but I don't see the point of just making my own solar. But anyways, with that said, we got a lot of the stuff unlocked. Next thing to do, we need a small constructor, cargo box. Okay, so wants those things first. Alright, let's go here. Let's go to give me a small constructor. And give me a cargo box. Wait for this stuff to be done. For now, if we need the space, we actually can F4 and we connect to the cargo pallet. But I think I should be okay. This stuff shouldn't be all that heavy. This is our new base, guys. Not super exciting. Salvage. Let's get it cleared out a little bit. We don't have damage blocks here. Let's salvage the console. Valuable components. Steel plates. Don't want any of these destroyed blocks. I just want to move them. Concrete blocks are good. More blocks. Remove them. Also, if you drop something while you're salvaging, you can push F on it and it just converts the resources. This is the most inefficient way possible to, take stuff down. But it's all we got right now because we don't have a charge for the multi-tool. Alright, let's see how you're doing. Still waiting. Almost done. So there's no more damage blocks that need to be taken out here. This is all going to get destroyed, I feel like. Like, I'm going to expand. Which idea having a base here, of all places, but gotta make it airtight so we don't, it doesn't matter anymore because we got EV boost, but it'd be nice to not have to have an EV boost to stay warm. Let's get this out of the way. Source some good components here. How are we doing? And we got that done. And we also got the cargo box done, so that's exciting. Put the crossbow away for now. Put the components in there. Alright, first things first. Equip small constructor, equip cargo box, place in place. Alright, well this eventually is going to get moved, but I guess for now we're going to use this as our base plate. We're going to add... I don't really want the switch, don't have a purpose for it, so let's salvage it out of the way. And then let's throw down a small constructor. And also a cargo box. Cargo boxes aren't as important. I believe you hover, it says airtight, so probably fine. Place it on the ground. Airtight true. We want to make sure it's airtight true. And there's different, if you right click, you can build all sorts of different ones. It tells you they have different issues, they can hold different capacities, but they also take different amounts of CPUs, but they use different amount of CPU, which is how bases are built. But for now, just use a standard cargo box. I don't think this ramp here is doing any good, so get rid of that. This is airtight, so perfect. Access small constructor. Constructors can be linked to cargo boxes. Can be linked to a cargo unit to be able to work. To do that, click on the drop down input at the top left and select the container from the down drop to connect to the production logistics of the constructor. Next to improve the defense capabilities of the encampment, placement, craft, and place a sentry and ammo box. Okay, so that's kind of confusingly written. I mean, I guess it makes sense to me. I know what it's talking about. Pretty much what it wants you to do is you want you to push F on your constructor. And you see up here you got input and output. Well, we are going to use cargo box 1 as our input. And then this random pallet that's left over from this place where we got a little bit of supplies, we're going to make that output. So now, whenever I use this, it will take this off the input and convert it to output. So, yeah. Let's see how much of this stuff I can grab. You and 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 you. Coins are fine. I'll trade those in at some point in time. Getting pretty filled up. That's fine. Purified water. All right. So we're gonna. What you can do is you can push F4, and you can, because I'm so close to the base right now, I can choose cargo box 1, or I can choose the cargo pallet. Stick all this stuff and throw it input. All this stuff needs to go into input. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to grab from input. I mean, honestly, I'll probably just take everything, truthfully. The coins can stay, the light armor can stay. Portable heater, actually, I probably can convert that into just resources for my ship. But, yeah, let's just take all of it. Throw it all in input for now. Is that it? Cargo box 1. You also can just go up to it and push F. All this stuff in here. Need a fridge pretty soon here, but that can wait. Alright. So now we can push F on our constructor. And we can make stuff. Have I even unlocked anything like that? Weapons. Probably actually base. Let's unlock the sentry gun, which is kind of useless, but it's what it wants us to do. Pretty much get the sentries. They're great for CVs. You know, they can kind of take down things, but this sentry gun is not going to repel an attack. Usually, minimum, you want projectile turrets, but that's not what it's telling us to do, so we are going to follow what it's telling us to do. Alright. We also unlock the ammo box, so let's make that, even though I prefer the ammo extensions. And let's make the sentry gun. And it tells you what it needs. It needs... Wait, it can't even work right now. Because it has no power. So why is it telling me... Interesting. Interesting indeed. Can we make that stuff in this small constructor? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so that's something they should have covered. Right now this isn't going to work. My constructor has no power, so how's it going to make anything? So what we're going to do is we're going to F4. Let's get all our components out. Again, put it back on our inventory. I don't know if I just missed it, or if it just didn't mention it, but let's go back to our constructor. Let's throw all that stuff in there. To do anything, we need to have... I mean, this place, we could use a capacitor and solar panels, but I don't think I have any fuel either. No fuel. Something they really should cover. We need a generator, and we need a fuel tank before we can even continue this process. So, and that, I think, probably can be made in here. Let me see here. Fuel tank, generator. Could do capacitor, but I don't really want to right now. You guys get making that. We're also going to need some fuel. It's something else that I probably should have mentioned. So let me gather those resources. No. It's resource mode. You gotta always make sure it's in the right mode. I'm surprised actually I haven't found any fuel yet, but that's okay. Pretty easy to make. Some I didn't realize in the very, very beginning. I thought you couldn't use biofuel in like vehicles or bait. I mean, I thought you could use it in bases, but not. Excuse me. I thought you could use it in vehicles, but not in bases. So, long time ago, it's like, oh, you know, I need to find promethium. No, you don't. Not necessary. So the stuff in here. Let's get some biofuel going. All right. Is this even airtight? It is not airtight, which means that's going to let the stuff in unless I block it off. So that's fun. That's okay, though. Let's just put it right here? Sure. I guess for now, let's just throw a fuel tank up there. Not the best place. No, I don't really like that, honestly. But I'm on multi-tool, so for now, we're stuck. Alright. Make me that generator. Still waiting on that generator. Let's eat some more protein bars. Now, generators you gotta be a little more careful with because they get kind of warm and radiated. So if you hover over them, you're gonna get toasted. Which sometimes is actually useful if you're like suffering from heat stroke. If you're suffering from like frostbite or something like that, you can jump on a generator and let it kind of warm you up. But you don't want to set it for too long, or else you'll roast yourself to death. So come on, come on, come on, come on. Taking forever. This is a little glitch where it looks like it's done, and then it like resets itself. So, generator. I want this thing protected. Is this thing airtight? Hover over it. It's also not airtight. So, that means I'm gonna have to. Well, why don't we just take it? Kind of want to be protected. That might work. Alright. So now we actually have the means to activate the base. And now we're waiting on fuel. So I'm going to let some fuel build. Maybe chop down some more trees. Because for right now, the best fuel we have is abundant and it's biofuel. For some places, if you start, like on the air start and different things, you're going to find a lot less trees. So a little more important to use our resources wisely. But for here, we're golden. There's so many freaking trees. We cut down trees for days and we still wouldn't run out. Yeah. Alright. Should give us enough trees. Put you there and you there. Let's get some more. Shift is for 10. Control is for 100 if you want to make 100 or something. And control shift is 1,000. So that's how you get all the, or you can just single click for 1. But we don't need 1,000 biofuel. 119 should be more than sufficient, I think. Now we got this advantage. If we turn on our base, we might attack the Xerox attack, and that might be problematic, since all we really have is a shotgun and a pistol. I think we got enough resources. Now let's also build ourselves. We need Promethean to get that going. Also build ourselves an assault rifle. And let's build some rounds. Yeah, we'll get this down to 4. Build the weapons. Hopefully we won't get attacked, but we might. So I'm gonna take my 4 fuel. Not a whole lot. It's good for a small vessel, but for this situation, it's not great. I don't need the portable heater or cooler. I can just chill there. And then after that's done, we're going to go back to making some biofuel. Honestly, because sometimes it makes more sense to have multiple small generators. or excuse me, survival constructors, because they don't use any power, and you can have one doing fuel and one doing other stuff. You can build the basics. Not have to worry about wasting your valuable fuel, but we're fine here. We got plenty of fuel available to us. That's going on. That's going on. We don't like this, but we'll have to do for now. I'll probably, once I get done with the tool, rearrange it, put it somewhere else. Expand the base. Another thing I want to build. I mean, you can build wood if you really want to. Wood blocks, but they're pretty weak. And a minigun attack or a Xerox drone attack is probably going to do a lot more damage to you. And also, you can't always be guaranteed to find trees. You always are going to be guaranteed to find rocks. There's always rocks around, so I'm going to start some concrete also. We got our assault rifle, which is nice. Let's go like that. Get a couple hundred rounds for it. We got that laser charged gun too, which might possibly be needed to defend against the base stack. I don't know. We'll see. We'll pick it up once it's done. Alright guys, so we're going to grab our battlefield. We got a couple hundred rounds. Always make sure to load your gun. Unless, of course, you find it in a POI, in which case it's already got a full clip in it. Alright, we're going to push P to access our base. We're going to go to main. We're going to go to fuel. We're going to take our little bit of biofuel. We're going to turn it on. 3% fuel, guys! 3% fuel will give us 2 hours of power, which isn't too bad. Alright, and then this is just making more of that, so let's take this. Take this, and 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 this. And that can stay, and that can go, and that can stay. These all can go. Let's put them on our input. Plant protein, sure, why not? Let's go to our constructor. Now I turned it off, so I'm going to turn it back on. And now we can build the ammo box. And oh, apparently we can't. Apparently we need some motors. If you're curious what you need for motors, you can go to here. This little gadget turning symbol. And you can find out where motors are, capacitors, motors. Take nanotubes. Well, what do nanotubes take? Nanotubes take carbon. Really? Alright. Well, that's easy. Let's stop this and stop this. And let's make 10. Fresh stone. Got a little more fuel. Devices. Of course, easier solution would be just put some more trees in there, but main, manage, put a little bit extra fuel in there, give us a little more. You know, I'm not even gonna worry about that. We'll just keep making that, and then we also need some concrete blocks. So we're not gonna be able to make all 100. We'll just go till we don't have the resources to make any more. The solution here is to go chop down another tree. Should have thought of that in the first place. Chop down another tree. The resource mode. Weird. And I think we're also going to need some crushed stone, because you need crushed stone and wood to make carbon. Fortunately for us, crushed stone is pretty readily available right now. I need just one rock. Just one rock, guys. There we go. That should be sufficient. Recrushed stone, maybe not. Maybe I'll get a big rock over here. Alright. Harvest it. Crushed stone is something you get so regularly, but in the very, very beginning you actually might need to mine some. And eventually you have so much you just start tossing it because it's pretty much useless to you in most cases. I eventually just end up taking it all and turning it into the different resources I need because rocks can do that. Alright, let's go back to our damaged comm station. Get a little hungry, so let's pop an energy bar too. Really need to get some actual meat, because these protein bars surviving is doable, but not nearly as enjoyable as a burger or another other things. Oh well. Don't want to starve either. Alright. Our Wi-Fi here or whatnot, but right now this is Damage Con Station. This is Cargo Box 1. Let's take this, throw it in there, and this, and this. And then Mr. Constructor. Come on, you. We made the ammo box. And now we need a sentry gun. And weapons, sentry gun. Alright. F4, let's go to cargo pallet, which is our output. Ammo box. And it is airtight, so we actually can use that. Let's just stick it down right next to the car. Or should we go on this side, maybe? Last side's got the constructor, so. Ammo box. Only one type of ammo box here. Alright, and now we're waiting on the sentry gun. How much longer is it gonna be? A minute. That's fine. Alright, guys, we got our sentry gun. Yay, sentry. F5 to go into drone. It's a loser build, I feel like. Sentry gun. Now these are just walls, so they're not full blocks. Another thing you can do is you can push N, and you can say connect damage con. And then you can pretty much go anywhere you want. I mean, there's a range, but you can go a long ways away, so you can build stuff that's not doesn't have to be directly attached to the base. Sure. Defend the generator for now. Nope, the ammonies. Oh, okay. For your personal protection, you should now craft and place an armor locker. Alright. Probably should also put some ammunition for the gun. So we're going to do that too. Let's just take half of these rounds, which really isn't that much. And then we want to make sure we set our sentry gun to not attack everything. So auto group everything so it's kind of a little easier to see. Okay, fun times, turret. You click on it, it shows all these things that it will target. We don't need to target predators or anything like that. Everything else is fine for this particular sentry gun. Now, it used to be that you did need to have an armor locker to equip armor. Now, you don't. What you gotta do? Push tab, you click, and you drag. Now you got armor equipped. I think that might only work for light armor, but we'll just do it because that's what the mission tells us to do. But yeah, not necessary anymore, except for possibly heavier armors. Alright guys, I'll get working on that. I think I get some more resources pretty soon here. I kind of want to wrap up this little tutorial though. Just cutting down trees. How's our fuel levels doing? Statistics say next attack from the Talon. Not gonna happen. There must not be Xerax here. Or I haven't discovered them yet, because usually they're always attacking me. So, that's fine. Alright. And do we get it done? Armor locker's done. Where should we put the armor locker? Still got very much space to work with right now, though we are working on making some blocks pretty soon here. And maybe then we can find a better place for it. We're going to rearrange a lot of this, but for now I think we're just going to stick it right there next to the fuel tank. Alright, access it. Ooh, that's exciting. In case you already found an armor suit, equip it by simply dragging the armor slot. Alright. Yes. A clone chamber? Really? You have that unlocked? I mean, this is not really a bit. I think I'm going to wait on this a little bit longer till I get some blocks built and then expand it. And then I'll build a clone chamber because I have no space left, guys. This is kind of ridiculous. Interesting. So I was going to wait till I got some multi-tool chargers to salvage, but I just looked at the stats. You push tab, you hover over the survival tool, and it says its return factor is 0.333. And a regular multi-tool is exactly the same. Obviously, you can't reclaim blocks with this, but you still get the same amount of resources. So I think... Didn't know. I'd share it. Alright. Alright, guys. So to make resource mining a little easier, I'm making myself an ore scanner. I also tend to turn this stuff off. I mean, it's more important on multiplayer. But if you're not using it, why waste the power? Especially early game when you don't have tons of extra power. Alright. Let's go to cargo pallet. Let's take this in our inventory. Let's go mine some more resources. Alright, guys, so I'm down mining some more iron, and I got that, what's it called, ore scanner equipped, and now you can see how it lights up chunks. I know where to aim. I wasn't sure if this was going to work. I thought I might need a regular drill, or, you know, another type of drill, but it seems like this will work perfectly fine, even with just a survival tool. As you get closer, it gets bigger, and bigger, and bigger. There we go. 14 iron ore. There's got to be more around here somewhere. Mine should be deeper than this. Is it it? Well, I think that might be it, guys. That was definitely a very small deposit. Alright, well, let's go find some more resources then. Alright, guys, another really useful thing to make. It's not as important here because there's a breathable atmosphere, but if you're on a non-breathable atmosphere, you want to make this O2, water O2 condenser. We'll provide you little bottles of water and little bottles of oxygen. You can turn the water into... Alright, guys. Next up on the agenda is to make an armor locker, which is pretty much useless, but it's what it wants me to do, so that's what we're going to do. I mean, it'll come in helpful later on once I get better armor. I don't know. 2 more oxygen you need to. And then you're going to need the bottles of oxygen once you get into space. So that's what we're gonna do. Gonna build this water O2 condenser. Carbon substrate, working on that. Now working on some concrete. Take this on board with us. You gotta power it, right? Alright, almost there. I'm also building some cement blocks so I can expand our base a little bit, because this is not a whole lot of space. Almost there. Alright. Take our O2 condenser. Let's put it over here, because we're going to expand the base probably at least as big as this area is. For now, you're fine there. This also does take oxygen, or not oxygen, it takes fuel. Let's throw some biofuel in there. And it gives you source quality 6%, producing smaller 2 bottles. It says the first one will be ready in 1 minute and 55 seconds. It is operational for almost 4 hours. Alright. Next thing's next. Cement blocks. Let's start building the base. I think I'm going to have to connect here. And then I'm going to take this, put it here. Let's go into drone mode. So, yeah, we can place our blocks down. Looks like I might have to dig out the ground a little bit. You also can page up, page down. Well, let's also get rid of this, because I don't really need it right now. Don't want these tiny thin walls. Just slowly waiting. We'll knock these out and we'll start building the base. Alright. So we got some basic cement blocks. Let's just start expanding this. Leave all this stuff as airtight, so that's good. I mean, I probably want to go at least all the way around here. Not enough blocks for that, but you can click and drag and you can place more blocks if you want to. I want to show you guys how to do symmetry, but I'm not sure how that would work with this base. Because it doesn't really have a center of mass per se, but what you do is you push, you line up on something, you push in, you click on symmetry plane, you got your XY, your ZX, and YZ. I usually use the YZ, but it tells you the direction. The smack dab in the center. So that's our base. That's on the YZ thing. And then I'm like, oh, not quite lined up yet. Not quite lined up yet. You want it to be smack dab in the middle of whatever you're looking for. Go smack dab through there. Alright, see, now we got it on both sides. So symmetry, what it does is it places blocks. Like you place a block in one place, it places it another block directly opposite. So let's say I want to place a block here. Now you can right click and you can make different shapes. I'm not super good with building shapes, guys, but I do know this one sometimes lines up shapes that go together pretty well. I mean, it breaks it up. You got cubes and ramps and connectors and corners and connectors and walls and corridors and all that fun stuff. And a lot of these pieces fit together. You just gotta figure out how to fit them together. But for now, let's go down here. Let's just make a regular block. See what I did there? Placed one there, and one there. Put one right here, one there, and one there. That's kind of how symmetry works. And you can build the base a lot quicker, and then you don't have to worry about switching your shapes all the time to build corners and different things. So it's pretty basic, but that's kind of how it works. I'm not doing anything super fancy with this. I'm just kind of building the basic base. I'll probably give it some circular towers or something, but anyways, once I get done, I'll show you guys what I came up with. Oh, that's what's going on. I was like, what the heck's going on? There's hail, guys. Hail, you take damage. Retreat. We're nice and safe here. Thought for a second there I was under attack by a drone or something. Like, oh crap. But no, just hail. Terrifying. Alright, let's take one of those, and let's take one of those, and yeah. I think my next goal is to get some Prometheum, because I want a multitude charge so I can remove some of these things that salvage in them. Plus I want to rearrange the base a little bit, so I'm going to go exploring for a little bit, and see if I can't track down some Prometheum at least, and then we'll continue with this base building scenario. So, thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell to be notified when I release new content. I release new content usually once or twice a week. Usually one vlog every other week and one gaming video every week. Maybe I should up it a little bit. I don't know. I have the time. I just don't have the motivation. But hope you guys are enjoying this series. Definitely subscribers and comments gives me more motivation. So if you're liking this, let me know. If you're not liking it, let me know. If there's something you want to see me do, let me know. Like your guys' feedback. And I think, with that said, until next time, keep surviving. When we come back, we're going to have a new HV, and we're going to go exploring, and then eventually, at some point, we are going to finish this base. Alright. Bye, guys.